Lust is something that people don't really exactly like to talk about, kind of like an uncomfortable conversation with somebody. Lust shows up in many different ways. It could be daydreaming about somebody you just saw, or endlessly scrolling on social media, TikTok or Instagram, or just simply battling an addiction to pornography. Actually, I'm not sure if I can say, so I'm just gonna say corn, so I don't get monetized or I don't get this video taken down. It's something people deal with like a daily. Well, I don't know about you guys, but back then I used to struggle with this on a daily. And today I want to talk about how lust can impact your life. It can change your life, really. And more importantly, how to fight back against it. Lust is more than just noticing someone is attractive. That's normal. It's natural and human. Lust is when the mind starts taking it further, turning a glance into a fantasy, into an obsession, into unhealthy habits. It's the craving to possess or consume someone else for your own pleasure. And this could happen often without considering the other person's humanity or your own long-term well-being. And the problem is, lust rewires your brain. When left unchecked, it creates unrealistic expectations, breaks down relationships, and in many cases leads to feelings of alone or emptiness and shame. Even outside of religion, this is a psychological issue. Science shows that excessive lust, and especially pornography, corn, especially corn, can desensitize the brain, lower dopamine receptors, and make it harder to enjoy real and healthy connections. So why do we struggle? Why is lust so powerful? It taps into one of our most primal instincts, which is reproduction. It's natural to have desires, but when modern culture constantly bombards us with sexual imagery, suggestive media, and quick dopamine fixes, lust can easily spiral out of control. Lust shows up in social media or even ads or movies. They're all designed to grab your attention, and lust is a huge attention grabber. We're living in a hyper-sexualized world, and if we're not careful, we fall into the pattern where we use lust as a coping mechanism for stress or loneliness and even boredom. A lot of you might be thinking, I don't even want to lust, but it feels like second nature now. And that's because it became a cycle. It's a cycle. Trigger, craving, action, guilt, repeat. Breaking out of it takes more than just willpower. Lust isn't just about what you see on a screen or think about in your head. It's about what it does to your heart and your mind. For religious people, such as myself, lust can distance you from God and from your spiritual purpose. But even for those who aren't religious or Christian, whatever, lust can distance you from your own goals, your own values, and the relationship you want to build. It can make you numb to real intimacy. Over time, you might find it harder to connect with others, harder to stay present, or really harder to respect yourself. You weren't made to be enslaved by lust. Whether you believe you're created by God or you believe in living your best life, you were meant for freedom, connection, and purpose. So now I'm sure many of you are wondering, how do I fight lust? Here are a couple steps that may or may not work, no matter where you're coming from, religious or not religious. First, you gotta recognize your triggers. For me, it was social media, right? I would get ads or just different videos of women who were almost half naked, and those would be, I realized soon that those were triggers. Is it social media? Is it boredom? Is it loneliness? I'm pretty sure I went through all three of those. Pay attention to the situations and emotions that usually lead you into lustful thoughts or actions. Second is to set boundaries. That might mean limiting screen time. So when I did find myself lusting, I would have to have delete Instagram for a while. Limiting screen time, unfollowing certain accounts, or even putting filters on your devices. And the great thing about Apple is that you can set a limit to how much screen time you want to be on for TikTok or Instagram. I have mine set to like an hour or two, I think, and it helps. But don't rely on willpower alone. Create an environment that supports your goals. Third, redirect the energy. Lust is often misplaced desire. Channel it to, for me, I'll channel it into exercise or being creative, learning, or connecting with people in meaningful ways. The urge will pass faster when your energy is focused somewhere else. And the fourth one, get accountability. This could be a trusted friend or a mentor, or a supported group. Don't fight alone. When you bring the struggle into the light, shame loses its power. And lastly, be kind to yourself. There's gonna be times where you slip up. I've slipped up. I've slipped up a couple of times, couple hundred times. But guilt and self-hatred only keep you trapped. Learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. If you're religious like myself, you're Christian, Catholic, remember that lust pulls you away from your spiritual path and from God's best for you. Lean into prayer, scripture, and community. And if you're not religious, think about the life you want to build. A life with self-respect, healthy relationships, and emotional strength. Defeating lust isn't about repressing your humanity, it's about regaining control, reconnecting to your purpose, and respecting yourself and others. Here are my final thoughts for this video. Freedom is possible and it's worth it. Take it one step at a time and don't give up. Like I said, like I've mentioned before, I've been there before, and it definitely took me some time to overcome lust. It could be something so stupid as seeing somebody post themselves on Instagram or TikTok, or it could even be anywhere else like YouTube or any other application, or in person. And you just got to be able to learn how to control yourself, how to surround yourself in a different environment that's not going to make you trip up and fall. If you feel like this video helped you, let me know in the comments, or not, or just like. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you guys all the same, and goodbye.